idea was we were recording a demo first. We had a few demos, thought we might as well release it. We had enough songs, too many for an EP, so we just said, oh yeah, we'll just do a promo album. So it's kind of grown and grown and grown.
It's changed now. It was an EP, and it was a couple of months ago since we seen it, and we were still recording the album. It's turned into a mini album. We've been preparing for the gig the last couple of months. We've done one gig in our studio, Matthew Street Festival.
I think Matthew Street, it's the feel of the festival, isn't it? It's always, everyone just goes for a good time and that.
We've always played indoors on Matthew Street Festival for years, since we've always been going, like the Zanzibar, the Barfly, what was the other one, Pumpers. We've always been indoors. And this was like the first outdoor on a big stage we've done, and it went well, like.
Done the album launch last week, which was a great success, like.
When we got told that we could use the boat, it was the only option then, because we thought we were looking at a few venues around Liverpool, but it was the same normal pubs and all that.
Something different, didn't we? But,
it was different, wasn't it?
It was very different. Different gig I've ever played ever.
It's been non-stop really, just trying to get stuck into the fan base and trying to build that up, trying to think of exciting ways we can like put other gigs on, and we've ended up like a ship. It's where we are now, at the bottom of the planet boat. If you read up on the history of it, when it came into Liverpool, the council didn't want nothing to do with it, and it come down to the guy from Manchester to buy the boat, and he kept hold of it until one of our mates bought the boat. Kindly enough, like, he's let us put a gig on here and test the metal for next year, so hopefully this is going to be the place to party 2011 in Liverpool, and we'll be rocking the boat continuously, like.
Bit crazy on the night, like, because it's pissed down. If I can say that out loud, like, all the crowd still turned up and that, enjoyed it. And it's the first time I've done a gig, and it's been like rain dropping on me, thinking I was gonna get electrocuted any minute, like.
I think the crowd made the gig. Definitely. I was here all day with the lads setting all the stuff up. It was freezing, so I went in the car for a little drive to warm myself up, come back, and it was, everyone turned up. It was shocking.
The rain was coming down, we thought, what have we let ourselves in for? We played on the heli deck, of all places. We could have played down here in the engine room, but we played on the heli deck, and we pulled it off, like, the crowd turned up, and I want to give them a big shout out for that, like, they made it a boss night.
You couldn't move, so literally it was the stage and the crowd, there was no sort, there was no, the stage didn't end. It was just as soon as
I felt sorry for them singing at the front, singing with someone in your face, that close to your face, like.
They were standing in between us and our mic sometimes.
People on the streets looking over, gathering, and even people who were saying that when we were playing, and they were coming down to get to it, so they could hear it at the bottom of the dock road, you know what I mean? So it was like, if it was travelling for miles all around Liverpool, we were soaked at the end of it, and then the necking went off on our last song.
I thought that was the best ending to any gig we've ever done. It was about 4 bars before it was finishing, just as we were just mellowing out on the last little bit, and just went, couldn't be more perfect. It's like we timed it. It's like we done it on purpose.
So since we started trying to do these more weird, we thought the more better gigs, it's just really just trying to sell the music at the end of the day. We can get the fans there to do a quirky little gig, and then to coming back to the next gig, we know we've done something right really. Each time we've done the gigs, there's like 70% new fans at each gig, so we've built them up quite well there, and they've been sell-out gigs. And I think it's down to us now, we've got it set up, find a few good promoters, and that's what the video is about. We've just made our first album now. As a band, like, we're going to try and find out how we can push it and where it's going to take us.
The artwork, to be honest, I never really had nothing to do with the artwork. I sort of, and Ian, we never really had nothing to do with the artwork. It was mostly like we were concentrating on the music. I don't even use computers. I stayed on most of the ideas. I was just like going with it, you know what I mean? I like the colours on it.
I think the album cover really could have ranged from a little kid standing on the street corner with a stone in his hand looking shifty, or it could be a girl pulling like a yeehaw on a pony. It could have been anything that someone's really into in it for the buzz. It could have been a banker sitting there making millions, but so there was no way to like really define the way of the album, and I thought you'd create like a little theme, and we've all seemed to just fell into it really, and it just turned out that way.
was hoping for. See my lady by my side.
Come On's probably my favourite song on the album. The best thing about it, it's the only song recorded as a live feel to it. So the other songs we've done a lot of overdubbing, but with the Come On, it was mainly me, Gav, Randy, doing the basis of it, and it was all done in one take near enough. So it's the best feel to it. I think it's the best recording we've got.
Got two tunes that stick out to me most on the album. The first one's for personal reasons, and it's the only one I sing on the album. It's Quick 50. It was written by me and my mate, a good friend of the band, Gary Owens. It was like a joint song we done just before he left about Weevils, and it made us a 4-piece. So we carried the song on, and since then the song's been played at Anfield by George Sefton, which was great for me because Andy, our bass player, is a blue nose, so for me to be a red, it's been decent. My song got picked off the album, now it's getting played at half time. The other song was Easy Goes. It's the only song with a bit of piano in it. And it's not like a bit of Ray Charles, it's really scatty, drunken piano.
Betty was probably it was one of our latest songs out of the album, what we put in. At first, when we got it down, we were like a bit unsure whether it was going to make it until we done the final like mixes on it, because it's a bit different to what we're used to as well, a bit more laid back and then rocky in some parts, but that's been my favourite, and I say hopefully that's the one, our next song was getting played at Goodison, because I believe we're all getting played at Anfield at the minute, like, so I wouldn't mind it getting played at Goodison, you know what I mean?
They all mean something special to me because it's took a long time to get to the point where we are now and get a proper album together. We've got no money, no funding, no nothing like that, so it's always took time gradually building it. So I think every song's took a lot of time and effort, but the album does mean a lot to me, like.